What is up, everybody? Coming at you with another video today. Just doing a little bit of maintenance on the M340. This is a 2020 M340. Today I'm going to be doing my oil change, which, 2020, I'm not under warranty. Even if I was, that whole 10,000 mile interval type deal definitely is crazy to me. Obviously, I try and change them usually 4,000 to 5,000 miles is where I like to change it within. Some people go 3,000. I guess there's people out there waiting until 10, 12,000 or whatever. That's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video. It is a little bit tricky to actually do an M340 oil change at home just because of how low it is to the ground. So I have Rhino ramps that, you guys can get from AutoZone or wherever. But if I try and put them in front of the car and just roll it up, the front lip is too low. And I'm talking too low even if it's stock. My car is lowered on H&R, so it's impossible. But even stock height, I was never able to actually drive up onto these ramps. So if you guys are looking to do an oil change at home, you guys are also gonna probably need to do what I'm doing now. I've seen some other creators do this, but as you can see, I have the ramps actually backwards. So I lifted up the car, put the ramp under it. This side's, I just finished this side. Put the ramp under it and then lowered it. That way, I can safely crawl underneath and do what I gotta do without fear of the car falling. Obviously, I wanna be as safe as possible. But the other way, with the ramps facing the other direction, is just too low. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, so that's the first hurdle you're gonna have to jump through if you are gonna be doing your M340 at home. I am gonna be doing a kit that I got from FCP Euro. It's a modal kit. I'm doing OW20. I of course have heard a lot of people change it up and they do 5W20 or 5W30. They get a little bit of a thicker weight oil. And listen, I'm not gonna begrudge anybody else from doing what they want to do with their engine, of course. But this is what the engineers recommend. I'm just gonna stick with what they say. I know my car is tuned stage 2 MHD. A lot of people are saying that I should get a thicker oil, but I'm just sticking with OEM for now until somebody else tells me something different. Maybe if I go on if I go E85 or E50, that may change, but for right now, we're just going regular oil. And then I'm actually gonna add a little bit of this ProLube stuff. Maybe you guys have seen some of their marketing. I'm honestly not gonna put a ton in. It says you're supposed to do, how much? Let's see. 1 ounce of oil per quart. So if I'm doing 7 quarts, that's 7 ounces of this. I'm not gonna do that much. I'm probably gonna do just a couple glugs. I'm not trying to go crazy, but this stuff is supposed to be a really good lubricant, and I'm just gonna add it in. I really don't think that is gonna change much, but I guess I'll report back. But yeah, so I got the kit from FCP Euro. This is the filter they gave me. Never actually heard of that brand, but I'm sure we'll be all right. And then I'm actually installing a magnetic oil pan screw, so it can, I can see if there's any metal particulates or anything like that. So that's the plan. I do have what you're gonna need as well is to get the oil filter out. You need a 32 mil with an extension and a swivel. It's a little bit hard to get back in there. It's a little funky. And then this is the 17 that I will need for the oil pan, the drain plug. So that's pretty much all I need. I have some picks there as well for the rubber gaskets on the oil filter. But yeah, I'm gonna be adding in this oil. So I will report back here in a minute, but if anybody's looking for a kind of a process on how to do an M340, this is how I've found to do it. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but this is what's worked best for me. So, all right, I'll report back in a minute. All right, just a quick update. The oil is currently draining right now out of the bottom of the car. I'm getting the oil filter ready. I just changed the seal, the rubber gasket, I should say. And, there's the old filter next to the new one. Here is gonna be the new magnetic drain plug, and that's the old one right there. I actually got, if you guys know anything about the 2020 M340s, you know, it has oil pump issues. And I got my oil pump replaced about 4,000 miles ago. That was the last oil change that I got done, because obviously when they changed the oil filter, they had to change the, the oil drained out. So they did my oil. They cranked this drain plug on so tight, boys. I mean, I'm talking, I couldn't believe it. I first started with a 3/8 ratchet, could not get it. Grabbed my 1/2 inch, which is like a lot longer, like 1.5 feet to, get some more leverage. Still could not get it. I'm laying under the car, cranking on it. Can't get it. I ended up having to go upstairs, and where is it? Where did I put it? Am I crazy? Maybe it's still in the car. I had to go get my impact. Literally had to get my impact to get this thing off because it would not budge, which I do not recommend for sure. But because I'm replacing the drain plug, I didn't care that much about wearing out the edges on it. But boys, when you're tightening your drain plug, just get it snug and a little bit extra. There's no need to crank on it. The shop that did this, I like them. They do good work. I'm not necessarily mad about it. I'd rather have it, I guess, tight than loose. But dang, this thing was on there. So I'm just glad I got it off. Nothing, got stripped or broken or cracked or anything. So yeah, it's draining now. I'm going to get it put back in. Just a heads up, I don't think I mentioned this earlier. So I got this car in May of 2025. So I've had it for about a year and 2 months. I bought it with 51.5, I think was the mileage on it. And right around 54,000 or 50, I think it was 54.8. I got when you do your check oil level, it got stuck at 20%, which I'm sure you guys know that's kind of like the symptom of your oil pump is going bad, especially in the 2020 model year. So I ended up getting the oil pump replaced a couple $1,000s later, and they obviously did an oil change. And then this is going to be my second oil change since having the car. So not my daily driver. I just drive it on the weekends. But yeah, so I will update here in a minute when I'm done. All right, so it is the next day. I didn't get a chance to warm it up last night to do the oil level check. I ended up putting in just under 6.5 liters, which is what they recommend. And now I'm just taking a quick drive. I'm gonna warm up everything, get the coolant warmed up, get the oil warmed up. I'm already just under 210 right now. And then I will run the measurement to make sure my levels are correct. If I'm a little low, obviously I will, fill in some oil. But yeah, so the job went fine yesterday. You guys saw the process that I follow. As I said, everybody's garage is a little bit different. Some people have different lifts, different this, different that, but that's what works with me, is using those rhino ramps and, putting them backwards, which is a little unorthodox, but I know I've seen other people with the G20 do the same thing just because of how low the car is and how long the front end is. So, but yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I have exactly 59,061 miles, which, puts, I think I was supposed to get my next oil change at 59.3, so I'm about 300 miles ahead of schedule, so nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm going to report back here in a minute and show you guys the oil level measurement test, and we'll go from there. And then I'll probably end the video. I have a couple of announcements, or not announcements, couple of mods that are on the way that should be here any day. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in 1 second. All right, just pulled into a spot here at the local little car wash area. All right, so I'm going to do the oil level check. Just left, by the way, as USA kind of got their butts whooped by Belgium. That was pretty rough, but no big deal. All right, so here we go. Go into your iDrive menu, go to car, and then under vehicle status, go to engine oil level, and then you're going to want to do engine oil measurement and start measurement. So let's see how we do here. I'll probably edit this so you don't, well, it's going pretty quick. I guess while this goes, why don't I just tell you about some of the mods on the way. I have a carbon fiber hood on the way, the CS style, as well as the carbon fenders. They're on the way right now. Alibaba's finest. They actually arrived at the port in California on June 31st, so like 5 days ago. So they're coming. They literally should be here any day, maybe a week. I don't know exactly. I know the port was in LA and I'm in like around Chicago. So it's going to be probably a few days, but it's coming. So carbon hood, carbon fenders. The fenders I got are the ones that kind of have those like fins or wings or vents or whatever you want to call them. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to get them paint matched. I don't know how some people feel about that. Oh, hold on. Let's check the measurement here. All right. Oil measurement. Okay. I'm right at the max. I'm going to go ahead and assume that that is good. Obviously, if it was higher than max, that would be bad. So, all right. I'm going to call that good. But yeah, so I'm going to paint match the fenders. I'm going to paint match the hood. I am going to leave some exposed carbon though, of course. Probably on the fenders, I'll leave the vents kind of exposed. And on the hood, there's like a little area on the top of the hood that's kind of like a U shape. It's hard to describe without showing you guys, but I'm going to leave that carbon as well. So at least if you walk by and you check it out, you can see that it's carbon. I'm just not a huge fan of the carbon look. And honestly, with my car being, black sapphire metallic, the carbon will probably blend in pretty well. From afar, you probably won't even notice it. I'm just not a fan of that look where it's all exposed. It looks very unfinished to me, especially if you're not like a drag car or a race car or anything like that. It's just not my style. So that's the plan. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely be updating you all with the video, hopefully in just a few days. I'll have to probably want to check the tracking here tonight, but it's got to be getting close. So those are on the way. Also, I got my E90, or I guess it's probably going to be E50. Either way, my ethanol flex fuel. I was missing like a sensor somehow with the kit that I bought. I don't want to get into it. It's annoying, but it actually arrived today in the mail. So E50 or an ethanol blend coming. I still, honestly, I'm new to that. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I did get the system or the kit that automatically measures the ethanol content, and then it will calculate it for me and go from there. So that'll be here soon. Otherwise, man, I don't know. I think I'm close to. I got more things to do. I want to upgrade the turbo, which is gonna, there's more supporting mods that I need to that. But I'm getting close to being. I don't want to say done. You guys know how it is. Builds are never done, but I'm getting close. Once I'm done with the carbon hood and the fenders, then we're getting into the serious mods, right, boys? We're talking, the aluminum intake. We're talking the upgraded fuel system. We're talking the upgraded turbo. I've been seeing some on Facebook, some pure 900s with the T51R mod for like $2,500, and it's tempting. They're like brand new. I don't know. Very tough. I just recently got engaged though. Getting married soon. Weddings are expensive, so honestly, it's crazy. I'm like fighting with myself about saving money for the wedding, but also car parts. You boys know how it goes, right? It's tough. So, but I will keep you guys updated. All right, this video has been long enough. Please like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell. You all see it. I only got like, I don't even know, 14, 15 subscribers. Any help you guys could throw my way, I'd appreciate it. I just do this on the side for fun, of course, but getting some subs, getting some comments, getting some questions, it is very inspiring and makes me want to make that next video and keep you guys, entertained for a few minutes every day. So appreciate the time. Yeah, that's it. Have a good night, boys. I will get back to you guys in the video as soon as I can. Later.